Smell the aromas. We're about to show the 2025 Kingsnake Breeders. And we're gonna need a nice cup of coffee to kick things off. Oh yeah, the good stuff, fresh ground. Nothing like fresh ground coffee beans. So I keep my coffee beans that I just ground in an airtight glass jar. I only grind enough for about 1 to 2 days max. Anything after about 2 or 3 days, you start losing flavor and potency. So you want to ground that up fresh every couple of days. Hey guys, welcome to another video here at Colubrids, specially brewed coffee just for this special event. I'm going to be showing you all of the 2025 California Kingsnake Breeders and all the Kingsnake Breeders for the 2025 season. We're going to put them in the wine cooler. They have to stay nice and cold. We got some special snakes going this year. I've been raising Dottie for a long time. Got her when she was a little baby. She's finally ready to breed. Just a beautiful California king snake. Now I brewed a nice cup of coffee, beautiful Stumptown coffee, freshly ground beans. It's the only way to do it here at Colubrids. Now I want to make a toast to this beautiful day. I want to make a toast to the breeding season, and I want to make a toast to you beautiful, beautiful people. Oh yeah. Oh man. You know, I'm just hanging out here getting wired up. I'm so excited about this breeding season. We're gonna be breeding a lot more snakes than we normally breed. I plan to get a nice banner so I could go and vend at some shows. Probably do 1 to 2 shows here in Florida. I'm so excited about it. And you know what? I'm even more excited to show you these Kingsnake Breeders. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh yeah. Alright guys, we're gonna start this off with my Tara Huma Mountain Kingsnakes. This is Sahara 2018 Tara Huma Mountain Kingsnake. This is an absolute beautiful snake, and one of my favorite king snakes, one of my favorite mountain king snakes. Now if you like king snakes and you don't want one that bites, not that California king snakes all bite, but if you want one that handles and is very tame, just like a corn snake. To me, these are just like corn snakes, but they're not corn snakes. These are mountain king snakes, and they're absolutely amazing. They come in different forms. The ones that are most desirable are the mega bands, and this one has a lot of bands. I don't believe a mega band, but I plan to add more to my stock as we go along. But this is an absolute stunner. And we bred this girl with Mojave 2 years ago. Got a nice clutch, sold the whole clutch, and held one back. I held a female back from this clutch, which I'll show you. I named her Sonora. This is Sahara, the sire is Mojave, and the baby I held back is Sonora, all names of deserts. Now you can see this is a very thin snake. These don't get very wide bodied. So if you want a snake that's manageable, you know, you could do this. You could do this with a California king snake, but you might get your ear bitten off. The way Mike Tyson comes and bites those ears, it's a possibility. You just don't know. But with these, no worries at all. So this is Sahara. She's about 3 to 3.5 feet long. Now let me show you Mojave. Alright, so take a look at Mojave. Look at those reds. These are like fire truck reds in these saddles. Absolutely stunning. About the same size as Sahara. He might be a couple of inches shorter and just a drop thinner. And for a male, this is about full grown right here. So if you don't have a lot of space, perfect king snake. Now my favorite mountain king snake, my absolute favorite, is the Arizona mountain king snake. I have a particular look that I really like. I have a beautiful male that I will be breeding in the future, and I have a pair of zebra lines from Bob that are absolutely stunning. I'll be breeding those hopefully next year. Just need a little bit more size, and they take a little bit longer to grow to full grown size, but well worth it. Look at the side patterning on this guy, and right now it's a bit of an overcast, so it shows off the colors pretty nice. And this guy looks like he might be going into shed, but I'm not sure, not 100% sure. So there he is, Mojave. Now let me show you the holdback from 2023 from this pair. Woo. Alright, so take a look at the holdback from Mojave and Sahara. This was from 2023. And her name is Sonora. I held her back because her reds are so deep and the black outlines around each saddle is so pronounced. She is definitely a beautiful Tara Huma Mountain King. And it might be hard to tell on camera, but she is definitely more bold than both of her parents, and that's why I held her back. She is absolutely stunning, and I'll be breeding her probably in another 2 years. With the corn snakes, 3 years. If they have good size, the females could breed. But with these, I like to wait 5 years. Give them an extra 2 years. They just grow slower, at least for me. They don't get quite as big as the corns, and they just take a little bit longer to get up to size, so I usually wait 5 years. If the girl's growing quick, we can do 4, but it's always better. Why rush things? Just wait. Now, this girl is so calm. You know, I could pretty much, you know, she's not gonna bite me. If I give her a kiss, there's no problems there. Now let me put her back and continue showing you these amazing Kingsnake breeders. Oh yeah. So since we're going into a wine cooler, we don't have a lot of space and it's very cold, so the snakes are gonna go into a hibernation mode. They're not gonna move around as much, so they don't need a lot of space. So we keep them in smaller bins than they would normally be in, much smaller. And this works fine for a couple of months. And these mountain king snakes actually need about 3.5 months, a real long brumation, more so than the Cali Kings. I usually take the Cali Kings out 2.5 months to 3 months. And for the mountain kings, I leave them in there for 3.5 months, almost 4 months. And I even lower the temperature lower for these mountain kings after I pull out the Cali Kings. So there is Mojave, and we have a little water bowl. Just check up on it daily. Open the cooler daily just to give them a little extra airflow. And you could really see in this lighting how beautiful this snake is. And there is Sahara. And in this lighting, you can see the reds in the head. It's like a fire truck red. In that overcast outside, you couldn't see the true colors, but in this room you can see them really nice. So cover these up and I'll label them so I know who is who. So here is the wine cooler. And the warmest setting on this wine cooler is 56 degrees. So I put it on the warmest that it can go to. And then after about a week, I'll lower it to 50 degrees and I'll leave it at 50 for 90 days. I'll remove all the Cali Kings and then I'll put it to 45 degrees for another 2 to 3 weeks for the Mountain Kings and Graybanded Kingsnakes. And there goes Sahara. There goes Mojave. And you can see because they're not too tall, I could fit about 8 snakes in here. And close it up. So we're gonna be using Sandy Chip to fill our bins today to get the snakes into brumation. Now this stuff is really great, really fine, and it's really absorbent. Now what I do is take a plastic spoon and you scoop up the poop or the urine. It comes right up like a clump, like cat litter. You just scoop it out and it's so easy to clean. This stuff really absorbs really well. You just have to be careful when you feed your snakes that you don't get too much of this on the rodent. So what you do, feed the rodent, make sure it's nice and dry, pat it down, or make sure when you're feeding the rodent, there's no moisture on it. A little bit is okay, but you don't want your snake to ingest too much of this or he'll get impacted. Now I've been using this for years. Never had an issue with it. I absolutely love it. I ran out of the regular shredded aspen bedding, which I also like. So I ordered 3 bags of this on Amazon. Oh yeah, the good stuff. Oh, I'm feeling really, really nice right now. That coffee, the caffeine is really in the bloodstream right now. That brown sugar doing its thing. I feel like I'm in another galaxy. And then just thinking about all these snakes, it takes me to another place. Now let me show you some amazing California king snakes real quick. I can't wait to breed these. I bought them as small babies. Everything I have here bought as small babies. I don't buy adults. Raised them up all the way from top bloodlines. Now let me show you real quick. Alright guys, this is the female that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to breed her since I got her as a baby. I got this girl from Snakes at Sunset. I nabbed her right off of Morph Market within seconds of them posting her. And everybody's always asking me, when are you gonna have babies from Dottie? When is Dottie gonna breed? She has that perfect ink drop pattern that I just love so much. I haven't seen one just like that. So I grabbed her right away. She was only about that big. And for a Cali King, she's really calm. She really never bites. She has bitten before. Never ever bites. Has that really nice head stamp. And she is 3 years old. And really nice, sizable snake. She's about 3.5 feet. Has some nice weight to her now. She hasn't eaten in 4 weeks. I wanted to make sure her system was clear before putting her in the cooler. So she's a little bit thinner right now and a little bit more sluggish. She doesn't have as much energy as she normally would have. But I'm looking to produce some ink drop babies. So this will be the key to doing that. And this ink drop pattern is just random. That's what the breeders tell me that work with these snakes. They say you can't really breed for it. It's just random. But I believe if you're gonna breed 2 snakes with this pattern, it has to increase the chances of getting an ink drop. She's a beautiful girl and this is her first year breeding, so let's say a congratulations for her. And let me show you the male I'm gonna be pairing her with. So this is a 3-year-old male named Domino, and I've really been waiting to breed him. he's possibly het for albino, and that's what really intrigues me. Besides his amazing pattern, I would love to produce albino ink drop or Dalmatian style pattern like him. I wouldn't call him an ink drop, he's more like a Dalmatian. And I came up with that name. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It might already be out there. But you see ink drop right there, and then it's just like specks of black on a high white Cali King. It's not really an ink drop. And I got this guy from Sean Nyland at VMS Herps. He wasn't cheap, but it was well worth it. Finally up to breeding size. Really high white on these. So Dottie's not het albino, or at least she wasn't sold as such. So if she is, that would be a big surprise. But I have a female that I got from Sean Nyland at VMS Herps from the same clutch to pair with him. He's gonna go to 2 girls this year. He's gonna go to Dottie, and he's gonna go to Beetle Juice. Beetle Juice is a banded, beautiful California Kingsnake, possibly het albino as well. And she came from a clutch that had some amazing babies with crazy patterns, so we don't know what we can possibly produce. And Sean Nyland retired. He doesn't sell anymore, so I'm really lucky I got some of his amazing stock. Makes a nice headband. Now let me put him back and show you the second female that he's gonna be breeding with. Oh yeah, this is Beetle Juice, 3-year-old female from Sean Nyland. Look at the whites, such a clean white, high whites California Kingsnake. The bands are perfectly uniformed. Nice little aberrant marking right there, and she is possibly het albino. So Domino's possibly het albino. She's possibly het albino. And imagine making some beautiful albino Dalmatians or ink drops. I would just love that. And if they turn out not to be het albino, we're probably gonna get some amazing looking black and white Cali Kings. I love the black and white Cali Kings, and I get excited for them because when they come out the eggs, they're a lot bigger than the corn snakes. They could eat regular size pinkies with no problem. Look at that, absolutely stunning. And Sean Nyland is one of my favorite breeders for Colubrids, corn snakes, and king snakes. I have some other king snakes in my collection from him, but they're not ready yet to breed. And I also have some corn snakes that are gonna be breeding this season, and I have some more from him that'll be breeding next season for the first time. I have a lot of goodies from Sean Nyland. Now this girl is really calm right now, and that's the trio of Cali Kings. Now this is Domino, and you may be asking why I had them in these plastic deli cups. It's because before putting them into their bins to put them into the cooler, I soaked them in water for about 20 minutes. Let them drink and get hydrated before going in the cooler. They do have water provided, but I like to get them nice and hydrated before going in. Now this is not necessary, but it's just something I like to do. So there goes Beetle Juice. Has that nice fresh water, and that's one thing you got to really check up on, the water. Make sure there's always water. Water bowls aren't tipped over. Keep them nice and hydrated. Next up, Dottie. Dottie, absolutely amazing looking. Can't believe how beautiful this girl is. Can't believe it's time to finally breed her and see what those pearly whites would look like. And there goes Domino. Another amazing looking Cali King. One of the nicest Cali Kings I've ever seen. Alright guys, take a look at my Graybanded Kingsnake. One of my favorite Kingsnakes, especially when I was growing up as a kid. I used to see these in the magazines, the reptile magazine book, or you would see them on a hard-covered Kingsnake book, but rarely ever see them in person. I absolutely love the gray bands. There's so many localities and forms of these, which if I do successfully breed these, I'll look to get other localities, and if I can get the babies to eat, because the babies from these do tend to be finky from what I heard. But there's many tricks, and if I can get them to eat, get them to breed, I'll definitely be looking to add some really nice locality gray bands into the collection. This one is really clean, and I spoke to a breeder that works with these, and he said you need to keep them in brumation for almost 4 months. I took them out at 3 months, so I needed to give them about another month, and he said lower that temperature into the 40s, get it real cold. So once I remove the Cali Kings, I'll leave these in with the Tarahumara Mountain Kings. It seems the Mountain Kings, the Mexicana Kings, need a colder, longer brumation, so we'll see if that works. And these are really beautiful. Now let me show you the female. Alright, so take a look at the female. Her name is Dallas. So Dallas and Austin, both cities in Texas. Gray-banded Kingsnake female, and it's easy. Now take a nice look at Austin. I'm about to soak him. I got Dallas, the female, already soaking. You can see his skin tone is darker than Dallas, and he has a black nose. And important, if you are using a refrigerator or a wine cooler, make sure you have a lot of nice size holes. Give good ventilation so they can breathe. And you want to open up this cooler once a day for about 30 to 40 seconds just to put some fresh air in there. Now if you are going away for a couple of days, you can go 2 days without opening this, maybe 3, no problem. But on average you want to open it every day. And if you're gonna go away for like a week or two, see if you can have a friend or family member come over and open this up for you once a day or two. Now I could actually fit one more snake up there if I had another female, but this is the breeders for 2025. Breeding a lot more corn snakes than king snakes. And with the king snakes, you need constant colder weather for a longer duration of time. I do know California Kingsnake breeders out here in Florida who brumate their king snakes just like they do their corns with some success. But overall, I feel for the kings, especially the mountain kings, you want to give them a nice cold brumation. And if I had a bigger refrigerator, I'd even put my corns in here, but I don't. So this is just for the kings. And the corn snakes, I put them in my coldest room, I cover them up, and on the coldest nights in South Florida, I put them out in my shed just to give them a little bit of that cold weather. Close it up. So I cover it up like that. Now you can see it. There's a little blue light in the cooler, so it's not pitch black, but I don't want them to see me walking around, disturbing them. They're in hibernation right now. 3 months, take out the Cali Kings. 4 months, or 3.5 months, take out the Mountain Kings, and we're ready to get into the breeding season. All right, so that's the 2025 Kingsnake Breeders here at Colubrids. That coffee's still in my system, feeling nice and wired up. Now I'm gonna head out, go to the tropical fish store. We have 2 fish stores locally that just sell tropical freshwater and saltwater fish. I have a couple of freshwater fish tanks. That's another one of my hobbies besides plants and snakes. So I'm gonna go there. It relaxes me. Look at the fish. I might pick out something for the fish tank and then go get some groceries at the specialty market, cook a nice dinner, edit some videos, check up on the snakes, and put these empty bins into the hatchling rack. Get ready for the next season. I'm so thankful that I could do videos like this. If I wasn't doing YouTube, none of you guys would see this. I'll just be by myself doing this. It'll be fun, but this just makes it that much more special. I can go back and look at everything I did. Now I'm happy you guys are here watching the videos. I'm heading out now, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next one. Be safe.